Okay, gonna go live in just a second here. Let's see if we get anybody in here first. If you don't get anybody in, I'll just go live anyway. Oh, we already got some 3 people in. All right. Welcome back to WMMA Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson. Welcome to the Invicta FC 45 pre-show. It's fight night, everyone. Invicta is back. Haven't been back since August, and they're coming at you tonight live, free on YouTube with 6 fights, topped off by the Atomweight Championship rematch between champ Alicia Zapatella and Jessica Delboni. The fights will be live on Invicta's YouTube channel, also on the MMA Junkie YouTube channel, and I believe you can watch it at MMAJunkie.com as well, but that should cover it for, I think, everybody worldwide. Big rematch in the title fight tonight. I remembered watching the first time they faced off and wondering how they gave that fight to Alicia Zapatella. My personal score, I think, if I remember correctly, was 4-1 for Jessica Delboni, and I think everybody but Zapatella and those 2 judges that gave it to her thought that Delboni won the fight. So we're going to see the rematch. Zapatella promises a very different fight this time around. We'll see. But we got 5 other fights leading up to that. This card got, hammered by COVID. Because we're supposed to have Tabitha Watkins versus Katie Saul. Tabitha Watkins dropped out. We're supposed to have Courtney King versus Ramona Pasquale. King dropped out. We completely lost the fight between Hillary Rose and Emily Whitmire. And we completely lost the fight between Claire Guthrie and Lauren Mueller that was supposed to go down at bantamweight. Still got 6 fights. They did find some replacements for some of them. We also had a pair of fighters miss weight. It's Invicta. Fighters miss weight. The shows where everybody makes weight are the exception, not the rule for Invicta, unfortunately for them. Anyway, let's get into the fights. Got about 27 minutes to talk about them, so let's get into them real quick here. So first up, we have a bantamweight bout. Maria Jose Favela taking on Sarah Kleczka. Favela coming in at 2-1. Kleczka coming in at 2-3. Now, Favela's coming in off of a loss in Invicta via decision 6 months ago. Before that, she was riding 2 straight wins. Sarah Kleczka is riding 3 straight losses, all by decision. Most recently lost, she just fought like 4 weeks ago. Before that, she had started out 2-0. So she's looking to get back in the win column, really. Let's see, 28 years old, both of them. So same age. Looks like Favela is 1 inch taller, 5 feet 7 inch, 170 centimeters to 5'6", 168 centimeters. And virtually identical reach as well, 66.5 inch, 169 centimeters for Favela to 66 inch, 168 centimeters for Kleczka. I got to be honest, I don't remember. I know I've watched both of these ladies fight. I just can't really remember watching them fight. So could go either way here. But I feel like Favela has the slightly better momentum. I mean, she's coming off of a loss, but she's also not riding a 3-fight losing streak coming into this. So flip of a coin, I guess we'll go with Maria Jose Favela on the left-hand side there. Next, we have a atomweight fight. Katie Saul taking on the short notice Tamika Jones. The Queen of the North, Katie Saul, coming in at 3-5. Tamika Jones coming in at 1-0. Saul is riding a 3-fight losing streak coming into this as well. All 3 of those losses by decision. 2 of them split. Most recently fought 4 months ago in Invicta. I want to say that was at the no, it wasn't the Phoenix Series atomweight. It was after that. Tamika Jones coming off a successful pro debut via split decision just over a month ago at Combate Global. No age available for Jones. Katie Saul is 34. They are the same height, 5 feet 4 inches, 163 centimeters. No reach listed for Tamika Jones on Tapology. Saul's reach is listed at 63.5 inches, 161 centimeters. Jones is coming in super short notice, so no prep, and a lot less experience than Katie Saul. I'm going to go with Katie Saul here to win this one. But the no prep could work in Tamika Jones' favor as well. I mean, Katie Saul was preparing for a specific opponent. Jones is coming in. She's going to just fight her fight, not worry about what Saul's doing. It could work out for Tamika Jones. Plus, she has the momentum. She's coming off a win, whereas Katie Saul's dropped her last 3. So, really could go either way here. But nice to see an atomweight bout on the card. Next, we move up to flyweight. Helen Peralta taking on Elise Pone. Peralta coming in at 4-2. Pone coming in at 1-0. So experience heavily favors Peralta here. Peralta's coming in off of a win over Caitlin Salmons 4 months ago. Before that, had dropped a split decision to Laura Gallardo in CFFC. Elise Pone coming in 1-0. She's made a pro debut for Invicta 7 months ago, winning via TKO. Let's see. Pone is the elder by 3 years, 36-33 for Peralta. Huge height difference here. 5'8", 173 centimeters to 5'1", 155 centimeters for Peralta. So big height advantage in favor of Elise Pone here. I was surprised by that too. I hadn't looked at the stats until yesterday when I saw the weigh-in pictures and just saw that Elise Pone was like this much taller than Helen Peralta. I was like, wow. And then the reach advantage goes to Elise Pone as well. 70 inches, 178 centimeters to 65 inches, 165 centimeters for Peralta. So personally, I'm cheering for my fellow Pennsylvanian, Elise Pone. But I got to make my picks based off of logic, and I got to go with the more experienced fighter, Helen Peralta. Now, she has been bouncing back and forth between wins and losses, but, I mean, none of her losses have come to someone who was only 1-0. I did like what I saw from Pone in her last fight when she just, was able to just really, turn it on in a snap and get that finish, and she showed good killer instinct. But Peralta is going to be really tough for her to beat. So I'm going with the more experienced fighter in Helen Peralta. She's overall more aggressive than Elise Pone is, because before Pone, the fight went in her way, and it just went her way out of nowhere. Elise Pone, I actually had her down in the fight, and then she just snapped up, just flipped the switch all of a sudden, and was able to come going. But I'm going to go with Helen Peralta to win here. But I will be cheering for my fellow Pennsylvanian in Elise Pone. Next, we move back up to bantamweight. Always nice to see the bantamweights getting some shine, because let's be honest, the division needs it. Monica Franco taking on Haley Cowan, and Guad West is here for Haley Cowan. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. You've got Fearless Franco coming in at 2-0. Haley Cowan coming in at 5-2. Now, Franco is undefeated, of course, as a pro. Most recently fought a year and 10 months ago in Invicta, picking up a decision. Haley Cowan hasn't fought in a year and 3 months. She was riding a nice winning streak before dropping a submission loss to Kelly Clayton in her last fight. Franco's the elder fighter, 37-29. Cowan is a little bit taller, 5'9", 175 centimeters to 5'6", 168 centimeters for Franco. Big reach advantage for Haley Cowan as well. 71 inches, 180 centimeters to 63 inches, 160 centimeters for Monica Franco. So I'm going to go with Haley Cowan to win this one. She's got the experience. She's shown a lot of good skills. Now, Franco's tough. Very tough fighter. Has good endurance. Decent off of her back, which is one of Cowan's biggest problems. but Cowan has the size. She's got the height. She's got the reach. And she's like, what, 8 years younger? So she's got the youth on her side. So I'm going to go with Haley Cowan to win this one. Then we move to the co-main event of the evening, 150-pound catch weight. Let's see, we got Ramona Pasquale taking on Shamir Peshwa. Pasquale coming in at 5-2. Peshwa coming in at 2-0. Pasquale riding a 3-fight winning streak. Let's see, last one 6 months ago at Icon via submission. Shamir Peshwa hasn't fought in close to 3 years. 2 years, 9 months ago, fought at Valor Fights, picking up a TKO win. Peshwa's 3 years older, 36-33 for Pasquale. No other stats listed for Shamir. Pasquale is listed at 5'7", 177 centimeters tall, with a reach of 66.1 inches, 168 centimeters. So Peshwa came in on like less than a week notice. Also one of the fighters that missed weight. There's 2 fighters that missed weight. I forget who the other one was. Peshwa was one of the fighters that missed weight. I'm got to go with Ramona Pasquale here. She's got the momentum. She's been fighting more recently. Didn't come in, take this fight off the couch. She prepared for it, so I'm going to go with Ramona Pasquale to win this one. She's definitely someone I've been keeping my eye on for the last several years now, almost 4 years now. Unfortunately, hasn't always been able to be as active as she would like, but she's getting going now. And I'll be keeping an eye on her, especially as she plans to go back down to bantamweight after this. So I think she'd actually be a lot better at bantamweight anyway. So that's your co-main event. Then we move into the main event, Atomweight Championship. Alicia Zapatella taking on the challenger, Jessica Delboni. So the champ, Half Pint, coming in at 9-2. Delboni coming in at 11-3. Zapatella is riding a 4-fight winning streak. Last fought when she beat Delboni via split decision to defend her title for the first time. That was 7 months ago. Delboni, after taking that split decision loss, what did she do? Like a month later, came in and fought in the Invicta Atomweight Phoenix Series tournament and won 3 fights in one night to be crowned the tournament champion and earn this rematch. So, let's see. Delboni's 2 years older, 28-26. Delboni has the height advantage, 5 feet 1 inch, 155 centimeters to 4 foot 11 inch, 150 centimeters. And Delboni has the reach advantage as well, 62 inches, 157 centimeters to Zapatella's 60 inch, 152 centimeters. So I went back and watched their first fight, and I got to reiterate this. I'm going to keep reiterating this. I do not know what the judges saw in that first fight to give it to Zapatella. I just don't. Otherwise, she was moving forward for a good bit of the fight. Maybe they gave it to her based on octagon control or aggression or whatever. She wasn't landing the better strikes. She was landing some strikes. They were okay. But Delboni was landing the better strikes. And Zapatella couldn't get a single freaking takedown that I could remember seeing. Not one. So every time she shot, Delboni, just all she had to do was simple sprawl and was able to stop Zapatella's takedowns. I just don't know what the judges were watching that they gave the first fight to Alicia Zapatella. I honestly don't. And I feel like if the judges are different and the fight plays out the same way tonight that it did last time, then it should easily go to Delboni. Now, Zapatella, she switched up teams, said a lot of changes, and said the game plan, though, is still the same. She's going to go in there and she's going to take Delboni down. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see some improvement from Zapatella because I feel like we haven't honestly seen any from her in a long time. She's basically stayed the same fighter pretty much. I mean, her striking is super basic. She mostly has to wing the punches from outside because she doesn't have the footwork to really get inside her opponent's height and reach advantage, which she gives up height and reach to every fighter she faces. Her takedowns are good, but not great. So I'd like to see some improvement, but I just think Delboni is going to take this one. I got to go with Jessica Delboni to win here, and she'll walk away the champion. And what's really crazy to me is Zapatella says she's going up to strawweight after this. She says the weight cuts are just getting too hard to get down to atom weight. You're 4'11". That drives me nuts. You're 4'11". How are you having a hard time making 105 pounds? I've seen her. I've seen her in person. She's like, half pint is the perfect nickname for her. She's a little tiny nothing of a girl. How is she having a hard time making 105? It's weird. Maybe drop some muscle. I don't know. I just have a hard time understanding how someone who's sub 5 foot has a hard time making 105 pounds. Because there are girls because there are other fighters that are atom weights that are practically same height as her that have to put on weight to make 105. I mean, granted, it's different builds and everything, but still, I just, it's weird to me. But I think this is Delboni's fight to win or lose. It's up to her. Good luck to Alicia Zapatella at strawweight. I think she's really going to need all the help she can get at strawweight. So those are my thoughts on Invicta 45. It goes down live in a little over 10 minutes at Invicta FC's YouTube channel. Just wanted to do a quick pre-fight show. Also, keep an eye out. I will do a post-fight show probably like 15 to 30 minutes after the event ends. I'm not going to like set time on it because I don't know how long the event's going to last. But keep an eye out for that. We'll go over the fights as well. Also working on recording some fight announcement vids, so keep an eye out on those as well to watch for after the event. Anyway, if anyone has anything left to say in the chat, now is the time. Otherwise, if you're watching the replay, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the stream, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you after the fights.